Hi, I'm Nora Gedgaudas, and I'm the author of the internationally best-selling books Primal Body, Primal Mind, Primal Fat Burner, and a revolutionary ebook by the title of Rethinking Fatigue, what your adrenals are really telling you and what you can do about it. Now, I was also recently featured in a popular and pretty amazing documentary film you may have heard of called The Magic Pill. Now, the message in this remarkable film was actually totally in alignment with my work. You can watch it on Netflix and Amazon Prime. But in addition to all this, I've spent more than the last 2 decades in highly successful clinical practice working with the brain using a modality called neurofeedback, and powerfully pairing that with my advanced functional clinical nutritional expertise. Now, you may not know this, but it just so happens that I was actually the very first person within the emerging ancestral health genre to promote the benefits of an ancestrally based, fat-based ketogenic dietary approach. And I've never wavered from that passionate core foundational message since my first book was published in early 2009 and then revamped and much improved in 2011. But in recent years, that message has finally begun to make the headlines, and the value of ketogenic nutrition is finally having its well-deserved day in the sun. Unfortunately, once science and medicine began outwardly validating these concepts in earnest, an explosion of often less than knowledgeable entrepreneurial newcomers elected to popularize their own versions of ketogenic and ancestral approaches, and marketing forces have hijacked the genre and muddied the waters. Well, I am not just some newcomer to this rodeo. My work is based not only upon decades of painstaking research, but also over 2 decades of very successful and very full-time clinical work with real suffering people, seeing what really works and what doesn't in the context of true primalgenic nutritional intervention. Now, I have educated both the public and innumerable healthcare practitioners around the world concerning this subject matter, and now I am bringing my passionate expertise to you in the comfort of your own home. Now, today, almost everybody is talking about ketogenic diets and/or paleo approaches to eating. Unfortunately, that's often a mixed and often confusing bag. It's all in the headlines, and it's getting marketed like a fad in a way that takes advantage of people's hopes and desperation. But are all ketogenic or paleo approaches to eating created equal? Not even close. There are easily as many different versions of these dietary approaches as there are persons claiming to practice them. But there's only one approach, my unique primalgenic approach, that is truly painstakingly optimized for human health in a way that takes your evolutionary and genetic heritage into account, as well as your fundamental anatomy, human anatomy and physiology. I also take into account well-established human longevity research science and the modern-day epidemics of autoimmune disease, cancer, mood disorders, and cognitive decline, while also taking into account the uniquely toxic and challenging industrialized and corporatized world that we live in today. It's a world that even our prehistoric ancestors didn't have to compensate for and could never have even begun to fathom. Well, I will help you navigate that. For anyone looking to avoid the hype and really take your best health and well-being seriously as it deserves to be, I have created the Primalgenic Plan, a 3-week, meal-by-meal total health transformation program. In it, you are going to learn what you need to know about adopting the best, most common sense, and healthiest possible dietary approach to eating ever developed, while also learning how to optimize this approach for your own health and well-being, and avoiding many of the common interfering factors and pitfalls that so many run into along the way that can derail your best efforts and intentions. This approach to eating is also easily, at least potentially, the most affordable means of eating optimally well in existence, and the Primalgenic Plan will show you how. The Primalgenic Plan leaves no stone unturned when it comes to helping you take the steps that you need toward adopting a state of true metabolic freedom, and leaving metabolic enslavement and all of the empty promises and shallow gimmicks behind, once and for all. With this program, You're going to receive a 21-day meal plan and 60 incredible recipes that you're going to absolutely love, along with a second-to-none informative education that is not based on hype or fluff, to teach you what it is you need to understand about adopting this dietary approach and how best to tailor it to your personal needs and goals. Without a bunch of unnecessary marketing, we're going to talk about supplements that can help, and I'm also going to alert you to the ones that are more likely to be a waste of your time and money. We'll also talk about the almost innumerable benefits that you can achieve by adopting this lifelong dietary approach, and you'll learn the best ways of getting there. We're going to also talk about many myths and misconceptions surrounding this type of dietary approach. In addition, we're going to discuss some current popular trends. We'll talk about potential interfering issues and pitfalls that you may run into along the way and how to get past them. And I'll also be supplying you with a plethora of bonus information and an exclusive online forum where you can ask your questions and connect with a wonderful community associated with this program. You can access the Primalgenic Plan forum whenever you need to round out the immense value of this program. I promise you will not be disappointed. The Primalgenic Plan is truly a game changer for anyone ready to take the next step toward their ultimate total health transformation. I look forward to seeing you in the program.